Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks in part 2 of building this child or kid's racetrack. I made it 24 inches I made it 24 inches about before I contoured it, and that way I contoured it an inch. So the track is like 2 inches wide, which is going to make more sense. I'm going to select it all and go to Object and break the 3 objects apart. Now I'm going to set my nudge factor on like 25. This video is really going to show how to make this puzzle piece stronger, to actually make it a puzzle. So if you remember, this thing is 1 inch thick, so it's going to be a lot better. And what we're going to do, we're going to draw that in and make sure it fits, and it does. But we're going to make this stronger, and I've only got one, so I'm going to take, these should be combined together. What I'm going to do, I'm going to select it, take the pick tool and go up to Object. Let's break the curve apart, then go up to Object and combine it. So now it should be one piece, and it is. Now I can use the shape tool or the smoothing tool, make it really little, like 0.1, and I'm just going to take that shape, maybe make the thing bigger, like 0.5, and I'm going to, I've got to go and maybe break the curve apart for this to work. The smoothing tool, I've really messed that up, so I'm going to back up. It was working, but now break the curve apart. I'm going to take the smoothing tool and make it littler, like 0.1, like I had it before, and I'm going to smooth this out. You got to make sure I don't know why that's not working. Let me see if I can grab it with the shape tool. Okay. When I broke the curve apart, it messed it up. So it actually was working earlier. I'm going to grab them all again and go combine. Now they should be one piece. Because what I'm trying to do is, now it really looks like it's multiple pieces. But we'll just grab the smoothing tool. It's just having trouble. Tell you what, let's round the corners. Let's take the shape tool, grab both those nodes. Tell you what, we might just have to join the node. Go to Dockers, join curves. There we go. That's what we need to do on all these. And then we can go and close that up and open Windows, Dockers, corners. And we're going to take, with the shape tools, take that right there, and we're going to make it like 0.25 and see what happens. Wow, it's so big I forgot how big it was. You know what? My number lock was off. Well, let's make it 0.9. Wow. Well, I got to back up. A lot of video makers would probably stop and too short. So that's too big. So let's go 0.1 again. It was actually grabbing, and that's not bad, but I had both of them selected. They're what we want. But I make mistakes, and there we go. That's perfect. That'll make your joint stronger. We could actually even go a little bit more and take let's set our nudge factor on something pretty low, like 0.01. Take the shape tool, because this doesn't have to be in the middle, and let's just nudge it down a little bit. And that's going to make that, take it back. Let's back up. I don't like that because of this node. We'll delete that node and we'll nudge this down. Whoop. I backed it up where I had a pretty big nudge factor, 0.1. It's a little weird shape, but it'll be a lot stronger. So now what we can do, like we did in the first video, we're going to make a duplicate of that and move it over. I don't have to, but I'm going to hit T to make them even. I am going to go to Effects, Blend. I think we blended them 6 times the time before. Blend along New Path, blend along Full Path, and rotate all objects. That looks a lot better. We're pretty good placement. Go up to Effects, Object, break the blend apart, and actually ungroup them also, in case we have to do something to them. Now, this time we're going to keep this. Whoop, we need to set our nudge factor back on 25 inches. We're going to keep this line, but we're going to make it black, because we're going to cut everything out, but we're going to vector engrave this with really low power to kind of give us a line in the street. Now, like in the first video, I actually made the lines longer, so everything is going to work. Everything's going to fit because I made them longer. And you could go and trim these pieces off, but it's just going to cut into the waste part of the wood anyway. But I'm just going to do it because that's the way I like looking at things. And with them being long like this, if you watch the first video, we had a couple of leaks. Whoop, we're not going to have any leaks with this because we're cutting them off right at the joint. And like that one right there, I would maybe turn it to a better piece, but it's a puzzle. Well, it's not necessarily a puzzle, but it could be stored in a box. But the young person, I was going to say young man, young person would have fun putting it together. Now, every piece is going to be different except for this piece right here. So these are probably going to be pretty equal. So you would almost maybe want to take an X and signify this, make it smaller. That X goes with X. Whoop. That I didn't make I would select those two and hit T to put them equal. That those two pieces fit together, and then everything else, and you could do it on all of them. Just use different alphabet letters or 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's a pretty cool, the thing is almost 24 inches. Our track is, I'm pretty sure, is 2 inches wide. Yep. Which is pretty significant. You could make it wider. You could do a lot of things with it. And you could make this exact track that looks pretty cool, and see how they actually manually probably place these joints in here to get them where they're at. But sporadically, that looks pretty good. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.